in.
Hi, I'm Cori Pinkett from the Tampa Bay
Hi.
Buccaneers.
Thank you so much for coming.
Nice to see you again.
I'm so sorry, my desk is just a mess. Have a seat.
It's okay.
Please,
Thank you so much. And I brought my business card for you. It has all my contact information on it.
Thank you. I'll just keep that over here.
Sounds good. How's your day going?
I'm doing good.
Good.
It's busy and life is hectic. It's everywhere, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to keep things in control here.
I understand. Totally understand. Now, it was great seeing you at Toastmasters. Was that your first time?
Well, it was my first time. My friend recommended to me. I just love networking. So
Really?
It was a great time, yeah.
So you love networking. Have you done other networking events? What are your favorite types?
Let me tell you, I just got back from this sales convention in Dover, Delaware, and it was great. I had such a good time.
My family is from Dover, Delaware.
Really?
Small
Oh my
world.
gosh.
Yes, my dad is from Dover, Delaware.
Nice.
And I was actually just there in Memorial Day weekend
Great.
visiting my grandmother. So that's
Great.
really fun. What did you do while you were there?
Well, I love the town. We just kind of explored. We were busy with the conference, but
Right.
we got to go down to Dover Downs. Have you been there?
I have not been there,
It
but
was
I've
great.
heard about it. Because I know they do horse racing there, some NASCAR racing and things like that.
Right.
So does that mean you're a sports fan maybe?
Well, kind of a sports fan, but my husband is just a huge football fan.
Really?
He loves it. Lives and dies for it.
Really? Who's his team?
Well, he's from Detroit.
Hmm.
So he's a Lions fan, and it's really hard to cheer for them. But
I can imagine they haven't been doing so hot
it's a
lately.
diehard, no.
Yeah.
But
And do you have a team? Because you said you're not really a fan, so.
not really for football. If I had to pick, I'd probably go with baseball. I
Mhm.
love sitting out watching baseball, so I'd probably lean more towards baseball. But
That's
football,
nice.
I just cheer for whoever.
Mm-hmm. Now, who's your baseball team?
Well, I usually end up cheering for the Minnesota Twins.
Okay.
I have family from up there, so
Okay.
we try to go to some games when we visit.
Nice. Now, did you go when they played the Tampa Bay Rays?
I did. A couple of friends and I
Nice.
went down to Tampa
That's perfect.
for the game, or went over to the stadium, so it was great. We had a good time and made our
Awesome.
sign.
Yeah, that's great.
It was fun.
Sounds like fun, Elizabeth. Now, how would you like to learn more about the excitement that it's offered from Tampa Bay Buccaneers games?
That would be great. Great. I would
Awesome.
love for you to tell me about that.
Well, here's what I want to do with our time today because I know your time is valuable. First, I want to start by asking a few questions, trying to identify the needs of the organization.
Mhm.
And then I'll talk a little bit about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then at the end, if it all makes sense, we'll talk about future steps. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
Good. Now, do you mind if I ask you a few questions and take some notes?
Oh, now that I'll go for it.
Okay, thank you. Let me get to my notes page here. So for your accounting firm, if I remember correctly, Toastmasters is accounting, right?
Right.
All right, for your accounting firm, how does the decision-making process work with regards to either employee benefits or different types of options for the clients?
Right. Well, I'm actually in charge of business development here, so we
Okay.
do a lot of that here through our department. But most of the time, we need to get it approved by my supervisor, who is John. He works upstairs it's more corporate, so.
Okay, and you mentioned that he's the actual decision maker, so does
Correct.
he need to be conference called into the meeting, or how would you like to proceed?
You know, I talked to him that we were going to have this meeting today, and he just told me that he was really busy today, so I'm
Okay.
just going to talk to him this afternoon, but it shouldn't
Okay.
be a problem. We have a pretty good pull in that department, so.
Sounds good, and I gave you the contact information, so if he has any questions, you can feel free to contact me in that regard.
Great.
Now, with regards to the tickets, what use were you going to use them for? You talked about how you're in business development. Would it be more business development or employee incentives?
Well, I think right now we're looking for some business development things.
Okay.
Not everyone is a huge fan of business development, so it's hard to be here because we have to spend some money because we need
Right.
clients, and in this day and age, you really got to grab those clients. You got to hang on to them.
Right.
So we're looking for that.
Okay, and how many employees do you have?
Actually, our firm serves over 800 businesses
Okay.
in the area. We have 1,000 clients, so we have quite a few employees here. Specifically in this office, we have around 50 employees, salespeople, I guess we
Right.
should say, that
Mhm.
would be needing to use this type of entertainment.
Okay, and then what type of entertainment have you used in the past?
Well, in the past, we've done some Rays games, things like that. Some of our clients are more towards Orlando, so we've done things like Blue Man Group or the Cirque du Soleil, but we've actually are looking for some new things, so
Okay, sounds good. New is always good.
Yes.
So that's exciting. And how much would you say you spent on these items in previous time?
Well, it definitely depends. It ranges, but we're really trying to pull back on that. Keep it definitely below $150 per salesperson with their client.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone is a fan of this, like I had mentioned,
Right.
so it's hard to get leadership, my supervisor, to sign off on things that are going to be really expensive because a lot of people don't understand the value that can come from it.
Right, right. I totally understand. And have you encountered any problems? You said that people aren't a fan, so that seems to be a problem with some of maybe the past sporting options. Have you had any problems with the client entertainment in the past?
Right. I'd say our biggest problem is that we're really trying to build relationships.
Okay.
So that's really important to us. And some of the things I mentioned, like the things in Orlando, they really don't allow for that personal relationship to be built because you're just focused on the stage and there's
Right.
no time to interact. And we work with a lot of people who do financials, and there's sensitive information there. And if they don't trust us, that's really hard.
Very true.
So we're looking to build these relationships and just show appreciation for our clients.
Right. Now, Liz, if you could for me, do you mind if I call you Liz?
Oh, that's totally
Okay.
fine, yes.
If you could for me, talk to me about an ultimate entertainment experience. So if you could design the ultimate experience for your guest or client, what would it be?
I would say the ultimate experience would be a place where our clients and our salespeople can interact, can have good conversation, can learn about each other personally. Because a lot of this development we're looking for is either to retain clients or bring in new clients. So
Okay.
we're not necessarily trying to close the deals, but we just want to build that relationship and make sure they're okay with us knowing their ins and outs of their companies so we can better serve them.
Right. So from what I've gained in our few questions thus far, you've indicated that you want to build relationships with your client.
Right.
You want to create an area where they can interact with the salespeople, build that trust, and then you want something new.
Right.
Something that's different from the past, something that'll be entertaining for the client. Do I have that correct?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Now, are there any other things you want to bring up that we haven't already discussed that you think I should be aware of?
I can't think of anything at the moment, but if I do, I'll let you know.
Okay, great. Well, what I want to do now is I want to move into how the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can meet those three things that you touched upon. So the first thing I want to touch on is the interaction. And I want to show you first a picture of Raymond James Stadium. Have you ever been to Raymond James? I know you're in the Tampa area.
Yeah, I have not actually been to a game there, but I've driven past many times.
Okay, well, Raymond James holds upwards of 65,000 people, so you definitely have that fan interaction. And then you mentioned that you have some clients coming from Orlando, and part of building that trust is having the opportunity to talk. And what can happen is your salespeople can talk during the trip down and the trip back, and then really use that game time as a time to interact on more of a personal level, build that trust, build that camaraderie.
Right.
Another option for interacting, which is always a fan favorite, is this pirate ship. And it's so much fun. There's tons to do. They have talking parrots, the cannon shootout. It's really a fun and engaging atmosphere. So it's definitely another entertainment option, and that is a new thing that isn't offered at many stadiums or sporting arenas. The final thing that you talked about that I hit on a little through the pictures I just showed but didn't really touch on it a lot is the opportunity to really build those relationships. Depending on how many salespeople you bring, we can get you hospitality rooms, we can take you to smaller areas and let you experience that quaint environment so that you really have one-on-one time, especially if it's somebody from Tampa where you don't have the travel time worked in. How's everything sounding so far?
It's sounding good. I did have one question about the entertainment areas.
Yes.
Would it be possible for us to come visit, to come see one of the suites? We do talk about that, having a bigger group, or even for our employees, just some sort of reward. Is there any way for me to be able to come out and see these suites?
Yes, absolutely. We can schedule an appointment post this meeting.
Okay.
And I can bring you out, not only let you see the suites, but actually give you a tour of the stadium. So that way you can see the different points.
Right.
You can educate. We can even see if we can bring some of the salespeople out. We can educate them on where they should take the clients, what will be the best spot for talking, what will be the best spot for interacting. So that way you can get that relationship with the clients. How does that sound?
That sounds wonderful.
Good. And did you have any other concerns?
I guess the only other thing at this time is the price.
Right.
Like, we're really looking to have something of value, especially in this economy.
Right.
So I'm really concerned with the price of what this is gonna talk. What this is gonna cost. It sounds great, but
Glad you brought that up, actually. I was saving that for the end. Through our group rate, which is what this would be because it's for your corporation, we have various price ranges, and you get discounted anywhere from $15 to $30 a ticket. So it would be a lot less expensive than you trying to do this on your own.
right.
You mentioned that you were trying to stay under the $100, $150 range. So that would put you in any of these $60 or $72 seats. And I'll show you on the map the different sections that are available based on that request. You can get any of these sidelines, the orange or the red, and then we also have these corner sections available in the purple.
Oh, great.
Okay, so those will be your options with regards to price, and like I said, you would be saving $15 to $30 a ticket, and there wouldn't be any Ticketmaster service fees or anything like that
Wonderful.
charged in.
Wonderful.
Okay, did that clear it up for you a little?
That makes me feel a little more comfortable.
Okay, so what I want to do now is give you the best option that I feel would best benefit your company based on the needs you presented. I would suggest that based on you wanting to build the relationships, you want that interaction, and you want something new, the best seating location for your clients would be either in these purple sections because they're close to the main interaction other than football in case the game isn't going too well,
Right.
or the sidelines because they offer a better view than the end zones. Okay, so what time of year were you trying to go?
We were
Based
probably
on the
thinking
schedule.
Probably sometime in September is when
September?
we're trying to do a lot of this.
And we have 2 games in September. One is early afternoon at 1, and one is in that later afternoon at 4:15. One thing I will say is it gets very hot in Tampa. So if your clients are some that don't like to be out in the heat necessarily, 4:15 would be a better option. Or you can just strategically choose your seat so you're not on the sun side.
Could we actually do? I was thinking maybe this Monday night game could be a real fun
That
entertainment
would.
and really bring that value to our clients.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be hot. So that would be great. Sounds good. What I'll do is I'll slide out this order form for you.
Okay.
And what you're going to do is right here by the Colts, you can choose either the 60 or the 72. Both of those fit into your price range.
Okay.
The ones that were closest to the ship on the hot side are the 72, and the 60 are the ones in the shade.
Right. Well, I'm
And then
actually.
you'll just determine
I'm
which.
sorry.
You're fine. You can just determine which quantity you would like.
Okay, I'm actually going to have to run this by John. I can't just sign off on
Right.
things, but I'm interested. But I also want you to know that we are looking at other options too.
Mhm.
But this is good. I really hope I can sell them on this.
Perfect.
It would be a great time.
Well, what I would do is I would start the game you want, so that way
Okay,
John knows
yeah.
what he's considering, and then I'll leave you this, and I'll
Okay.
also leave you this form so you can see exactly where the seats you're considering are.
Okay.
And it also shows the opponents in case he decides maybe not the Colts game, maybe something else.
Right. Okay.
And does that all make sense?
Yeah, I think we're good on that end.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Elizabeth, for your time. I feel like you're making a great decision by considering the Buccaneers. And if you have any other questions, please let me know.
I will.
One other thing I want to do before I leave is ask you if there's anybody that you think would enjoy this opportunity that I should be talking to.
Yeah, I can definitely send you the names of our other departments
Okay.
or companies in the area. And
Okay.
I mean, we can get that to you. I'm sure it's a great opportunity. The prices are, they're discounted, so
Yeah.
people might want to take advantage of that. I'll let you know.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time, Elizabeth.
Thank
It was
you.
great meeting
Thanks
you.
for coming in.